Hi guys, good morning. Welcome back to my channel.
25-year-old chicks or women are hotter than 35-year-old women.
This is me at 25 years old. This is me at 30 being uglier. 25. Being ugly at 30. 25. 30-year-olds are so ugly. Oh my god. Problem with Pearl is that she tries to be a pick-me, but she doesn't realize what men that she wants pick. They pick good looks over brains. So Pearl, it doesn't matter how much you put women down, tell them they get uglier when they age, tell them they're useless after they're 35. Men won't pick you unless you're pretty. Wake up. Stop hurting your own gender, you dumb.
I don't understand. People get so mad, and I'm like, why are you guys mad? It's just words.
30. No editing, 30 years old. Being less hot than I was at 25, apparently.
But here's the thing that I find really delusional about this lady here. This lady is comparing herself when she was younger to when she is now 35, I think she said. You're comparing yourself before you had your nose done. It is no misconception, like she's very public about this. She's had rhinoplasty. Apparently she went to Turkey to have her nose done. Guys, a lot of people are going to Turkey to have rhinoplasty, and I just think it's so scary. It's completely your choice, you know, and it is risky. But the thing is that I find about these rhinoplasty that people are having in Turkey, you get a stamp. Your nose doesn't actually look good. It just like, it's very thin up here and it just doesn't match the rest of your features. As soon as you mess with one feature, now you've lost like harmony and you've lost balance. Now you have to do your chin. Now, you know, like it's just insane. Like personally for me, I would be absolutely mortified if I went to Turkey and I had my nose done and it came out like, I think her name is Blair Walnuts. If it came out like that, I would be absolutely mortified because it just, you have that stamp on you. I've had my nose done in Turkey. Now, speaking of the Kardashians, for example, Kim, she apparently had her nose done. I don't know who her doctor is, but I will say her nose looks so good. As you can see, it just doesn't give that stamp. Like I've had my nose done in Turkey. It's very like, I don't want to say piggy, but it doesn't suit your features. I've seen women who have this type of nose, but it's natural because they're born with it, and they have a tiny face, they have tiny forehead, like everything just match. This girl doesn't, so her nose looks off, but you know what, it is completely her right to have, you know, to look how she wants to look. She's very loud, she's very masculine in my opinion. So she is commenting about Pearl's looks. Let's be real. Pearl has money. She's from, her dad is, before she even was on YouTube and stuff like that, she, you know, she's from a rich family, I guess. I wouldn't say like billionaires or even millionaires, I don't know, but they're well off. If Pearl Davis, right? If she wants to look a certain way, like this girl does, she can literally just pay for Botox, have her lips done, get hair extensions. I mean, look at this picture over here of Pearl. See, they are on the same level. This girl commenting about Pearl's looks and saying how like, she's basically, she didn't say she's ugly, but she's saying like men like pretty, which I do think it's a thing. They like pretty, but they don't like plastic and everything is fake, you know? Like this girl here, she has to get her hair bleached blonde. Her eyelashes are probably fake. Her lips have been injected and overly injected, and her nose, it's got that Turkish stamp on it. And for me personally, I just don't think it suits the rest of the features, but she's still a pretty girl. So funny to me when people comment about Pearl's looks. She literally doesn't care at all about how she looks. If she does, she would just go and get a makeover, you know, or I don't know. I just think like, if Pearl was like, I'm a 10, I'm an 8, I'm a 9, like fair enough, like you can go and you can comment about how she looks, but like she doesn't care. She doesn't care at all. And what I find about this video, this is a perfect example of the feminist cultish mindset. She says in the end, why are you not against your gender? Why does it have to be against my gender? Like, do we just have to agree with what everything my gender says? Like, even if when women are wrong, I have to just agree with women? Or can I just be a critical thinker and think like, sometimes men have a point on this, women have a point on this matter, and vice versa? Now, when it comes to Pearly things, like there's a lot of things I don't agree with her on, and I do think sometimes she comes across as she lacks empathy. Can still listen to someone I disagree with on some points and be like, you're right here, you're wrong there, you're right. I just don't. I'm not a raging delusional cultish mindset, you know, that these feminists have. Like, you just have to agree. It's a girl. This is my group, right? It's kind of like back in the olden days, right? Religious people, they were very, it was in your face. They were very serious, and like, if you don't agree with everything this religion states and how we perceive it and how we perceive these verses, then you're out of this group, you know, we shame you. It's a bit like that now with this feminist cultish mindset. I do think it is nuanced in the sense that some women who are like 35, some of them do look better, you know, than like someone, for example, 20 or 23. It is still nuanced, but in a majority of cases, let's say you haven't had your nose done, like this girl here has had her nose done, and she's comparing pictures of herself before she had rhinoplasty. Even though personally for me, I think she looked much better before. Like, she looked innocent, she looked cute, you know, things like that. She went for like the extreme, you know, they call it Barbie nose. And again, like, if you just have common sense, you don't want Barbie nose unless your face is like a certain symmetry, small, like, you know, you don't have a forehead. And obviously when it comes to forehead, like if you have a big forehead, it looks kind of off, but it works if you have a tiny chin. And if you have a tiny forehead, it also looks a bit off, you know. She's allowed to have this opinion, you know. Does Pearl come across as a bit, I guess sometimes, like she's trying to piss people off and things like that? Sure. Sometimes as well, like I said, Pearly things sometimes come across as lack empathy to me. And I'll give an example right now. So there is this lady, I can't remember her name, but I'll put a picture of her and her name right here. She came out recently, I think it was last year, just commenting about, what was I doing? You know, she realized that she was heavily liberalized, and why did she get her boobs done? Why was she the way she was, you know? And very regretful. And basically she's just looking at herself like, if I knew what I know now, I wouldn't have done what I've done to myself before. She was in the Playboy mansion. Apparently she slept with the Hugh Hefner. It's funny because back in the days when they ask these Playboy mansion like these questions like, did you sleep, they always say, no, we don't have to, it's just lies, isn't it? Pearly Davis's commentary about this lady over here, it was very harsh, it was very critical, and you just don't need to be that harsh and critical when someone is remorseful, someone is regretful about their past mistakes and how they see the world different now. Like, even religion, right? All these Abrahamic religions, the Abrahamic God portrayed in these religions, like, he will forgive you. Even if you were a prostitute, he will forgive you as long as you amend your ways and, you know, you return to the light, things like this, you know.
Men won't pick you unless you're pretty.
She's absolutely delusional. And even like the meanness that's coming out of her in this video, calling Pearl not pretty, I guess, but she's not calling her ugly, so I guess that's okay. Pearl doesn't want to be pretty, you know, like, she doesn't want to be conventionally beautiful. If she did, she could easily be that, you know. She has the money to back it up and things like that. So yeah, not everyone actually wants to look like this. Not everyone wants to get rhinoplasty. It's just absolutely hilarious because this is how she looked before. Look, this picture, still cute, but like, you are literally on the same level, maybe 1 point. Let's give Pearl a 5 out of 10 or even a 6, you know. You are on that level right now, like how you look originally. Your child will probably have your old nose, because Pearl, her nose is quite small, you know. It's not that if you have a small nose you're automatically attractive. It doesn't work out like that. It's the whole thing, right? What makes you look attractive, it has to be everything all together, balanced and things like that. But you had to go through surgery. She went to Turkey to get a rhinoplasty, to get that small nose. Pearly things Pearly Davis doesn't even need surgery, to be honest. Like, literally, like, her nose, everything about her face is like balanced. It works, you know, it works with her features. I know at some point I saw a video of Pearl, like, her teeth, she has a gap between her teeth, so you can tell she gets probably composite bonding, you know, when they make your teeth like thicker or something like that. to fill in the gaps. But I mean, just look at Pearl right here. She doesn't even need to get surgery, guys. Like, she does not need surgery. She can literally, this is just hair extensions, a little bit of lip filler, eyebrows more like maybe dot, you know, maybe she colored her eyebrows. Anyway, like, it's very, she doesn't even need to go through the effort that you did, my girl. You had to pay money, cash, I think. She traveled to Turkey because she talks really fast and like, you know, these people. Come with me to go to Turkey to get my nose done. I'm gonna pay cash for it because everybody said I have an ugly nose. Oh my god, these people are so annoying. But yeah, if Pearl wants, she could definitely appear like this conventionally beautiful woman, gorgeous, whatever you want to call it. But even these conventionally beautiful women, most of the time, they don't look like that naturally. They have their hair done, they have to get their eyebrows, you know, when you color your eyebrows, I do this as well. Like, this is my eyebrows right now are what you call, you know, I think it's the Benefit brow. I actually have it on my, so yeah, the Benefit brow. But without this, I mean, I have lost volume there, and I didn't have this issue when I was like 19 years old. My eyebrows were quite thick. That is the difference between when you are young and you're older, you know. You're still going to be beautiful if you're born with, like, I guess you were born with the right features. You look more like your mom or things like that, right? But it is true, as we get older, under our eyes it gets darker. The space from your nose to your lips, it gets more longer, so you start to look more masculine, I guess. You start to look even more masculine after you go through menopause. Like, this is just reality, guys. Like, I'm not, you know, I'm not delusional.
As you guys know, I got extensions about 5 months ago.
Everything about this girl here is fake. Like, she gets hair extensions. How do you look as you are? Come as you are. Take everything off. And how do you actually look in your natural state? And it is beyond delusional to compare yourself before you had rhinoplasty. Here's another one of her videos. Me when I see a 40-year-old man dating a 20-year-old girl who believes he will put a ring on it and make her a wife after she cooks, cleans, does his laundry, and births his children. Yeah, she's kind of saying, like, you know, good luck. Like, good luck, honey. That's the message of this video. And I think you're halfway there, my girl. Men who will actually commit to you, in a sense, they'll marry you. You have to have everything, not just looks. You have to have, again, it's good to cook and clean and be feminine, but you have to be his piece. You can't be this, I don't want to say ratchet, but that's the only word I'm thinking of right now. You can't be this girl that he met in clubs, like at 3 a.m. who smokes cigarettes and like delusional and things like that. You can't be this girl. I mean, you can, but when you are that girl and he met you in that setting, it's in his mind, I'm just going to pass time with this girl. She's recreational use only. You're not giving him that, like, you know what, I'm willing to risk it. Especially if he is, you know, especially if he has a lot of money. So yeah, work on that personality and evolve just a little bit, and you're halfway there. You know what, having said all of that, this Blair Walnuts, she still has a chance to evolve. Honestly, like, I love that concept about religion, the idea that you might have been in the darkness and then you can come out of darkness into the light, aka a better version of yourself.